Adam is Aton, Eve is evolution. And Allah is woman herself, you. God of the planet. Now that's the truth. Now, though people can't handle that, it's only politically they can't handle that. But nature doesn't have any mercy on your ignorance. I bet you can't show me a man that's on this planet, includes somebody called Adam, that don't have a belly button. So there's no debate. And he got 2 buttons up here that don't work, ain't fed nothing. But they're there to remind him of his origin. And that does not lie, does it?
No.
Does it? However, believers will lie and say that's not so. You've never seen a man exist on this planet that got a chest that's totally smooth. He got inactive glands there. Don't feed, nothing. So you're going to talk about a God you can't see and don't recognize the brothers and sisters you see every day? Then you're a liar. And there's a price to pay for that. It's not because I said so or anyone else says so, because nature says so. And you mess with her, you got it coming. Because she doesn't play. And you can call her Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Parabrahms. Guess what? It's still all feminine. Messiah, yeah, she come back even if she sends a son. It's still her. So you got to really understand how this thing works. It may be uncomfortable because of what you thought you knew based on what somebody told you belief-wise. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you look at little sister there, right? This is fine. Look at little sister there. Right now, she has a nation right inside of her right now. She comes here with eggs already in her. And they're all female. Every last one of them. Male eggs do not exist in nature. Fact. See that throne? You see this throne? That's an egg. You see those signs around that throne? Around her crown? That's the 12 disciples, or the 12 signs, 12 constellations. See that crescent of the star? Is that 9 and that 13? 9 is the 9 cosmic months of man's birth. 13 is the cycle of the moon around the earth, while the earth revolves around the sun. And she cycles 13 times to bring a form here. Whether she brings it or not, at the same time, that's the height of her spiritual connection to the cosmos. But religionists will call her dirty, to steal her power. If she knows herself, she knows that's when she's most spiritual. But whatever her state of mind is, so is the atmosphere out here, whether she brings a physical form or not. So therefore, if she's out of order, we're out of order. And we can't get in order until she's in order. Not that we can't make the effort. Don't misunderstand me. It's not an issue of not taking responsibility. It's an issue of understanding who God really is. God is a generic term. But when we talk about the Supreme, or the Allah, Allah is a feminine name. However, truth makes people uncomfortable because we have been steeped into a patriarchal system by the popes of Rome. All right? Now, the popes of Rome, you have what is known in the Roman emperor's table, the Franciscan Brotherhood. And it's a body or groups, just like you say think tanks, of Roman bishops, cardinals, etc. Whether you want to call them the Jesuits or others, irrespective. Their mission is to conquer the world. They murdered all the prophets. The blood of the prophets are on their hands. But they finally got you. Finally got you. They know that there's no way that they can rule the world without your cooperation. This is why it was very important that when they finally colonized the Maghreb, Marrakesh, that you call America, that's Maghreb el-Aqsa. Maghreb el-Aqsa is Morocco, the extreme west. And so they told you that it's over there. And you believed them. And you disconnected from the land. And they claimed it. Are you seeing what's happening? To preserve the energies and the resources for themselves, they needed to claim the greatest resource here. So the general concept that they would give you in education is that the resources is gold and silver and all this commerce, right? They know that the greatest resource is the people. And so the state, corporations, India Company, Pacific, Africa Company, were all called companies until 1800s. This was late. This wasn't earlier, as they imply to you. It wasn't until really early into the mid-1800s that they started calling these corporations states. And then start claiming the lands, as you were talking about earlier. And so the people start thinking that the state is the land. States are private, imitation, artificial, corporate entities. Fictions on paper. So they could claim your child. It's important that if the dragon is waiting for that child to be born before they can devour it, if you're in your right mind, you can take them out of here. Do you understand? But if you're in your warped mind, all the dragon needs to do is wait for the child to be born, and then you deliver it. And then they devour the child. And then they file a bond on that child that they gave birth to that child. And so they would list that child as a corporate entity that exists by virtue of sanction from the state. So the certificate of that institution would be birth certificate, state of New Jersey, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, etc. And the being would be listed in all capital letters, which means a corporate entity, and it would be filed as such. And they would sign their name to that chattel. Therefore, they would have first authority or jurisdiction over the being. So the being would have a Roman name. Remember this, Roman means European nations collectively as one. Does not mean the city in Italy. Romans means the Albion or the Gaelic, Gothic, Frankish part of the human family. The Franks. Do you understand? Whether you're saying German, French, English, etc. All of those are contemporary, political, tribal, designated jurisdictions of the extensions of the same people. Do you understand? It's a tribe of Albions who we placed there that broke up into political families, formed for themselves political families. Do you hear me? So don't get caught up in the fiction of thinking that a German and a Frenchman is different in the concept that you thought it was. The mission is still one. So ultimately, while they may have political arguments or political differences, ultimately everyone operates for the empire. Now do you understand colonialism? And why when they colonized Maghreb, they all agreed to oath to claim white party status. Because they could not be free white persons. Are you following me?